Hi, my name is Oyinkan Braithwaite and I am the author of My Sister the Serial Killer. Um, I wore earrings for you guys today. Not worn earrings in a long time because there's been no need to. I haven't gone anywhere. But this is a special occasion because you're joining me today. I'm going to be reading from my short story. It's called The Last Tattoo. I wrote it last year for McSweeney's Quarterly, issue 57 and issue 59. The first half of the story is in issue 59 and it's also online, so you can just go to McSweeney's Quarterly and check it out there. So I'm going to read from the second half of the story, which is in issue 59. Did I say issue? I think issue 57 and issue 59. If I made a mistake, sorry. This is what the book looks like. It's beautiful, and there's also a gorgeous illustration that was done at the start of my story. Unfortunately, I don't know who did it, but it's gorgeous. Right, so my story is The Last Tattoo, and I'm gonna just get right into it. Mrs. Ajane Coco looks at her husband, waiting for his explanation, but his eyes are focused on Fermi, who, she's forced to admit, standing before her in person, is the more authentic of the two of them. Her sense is musky and pervasive, arresting them. She's sitting on the opulent sofa, her legs astride the arm. She has a regal posture of one sitting on a horse. She's not wearing a dress. Instead, her green plant legs are wide, free, stopping just below the knee. Mrs. Ajane Coco wonders where she could buy a pair of trousers like that, but more importantly, how did Farami get from Instagram to their living room? Farami, this is my wife. I figured that out, and it looks like you didn't tell her I was coming. I'm sorry. But he isn't apologizing to her, his wife. His words are for this woman who is usurping the air meant for just the two of them. Farami rolls her eyes, not appeased by Ade's words. She doesn't know that it has been at least a year since Mrs. Ajane Coco received an apology from her husband. Well, it is nice to finally meet the missus. Ade said it would be all right for me to stay here for a few days, but if it's a problem for you, I can leave. It's fine, Ade says. I think we need to hear what your wife has to say, don't you? He presses his lips together, but Ade does not rebuff Farami. My husband is right. It is fine. Though of course it isn't. She can compete with the memory of Farami, but how does she compete with the reality of her? Already her husband's eyes look past her. Farami leaps from her royal seat and lands on her feet like a cat. Right. Well, I better head to my room then and get settled in. Oh, I will have to check what room. Don't stress. I'll stay where I always stayed. Always? Stayed? For fuck's sake, Ade, have you told your wife anything? I used to spend the occasional holiday here. Family, friends, and all that. Oh, which room is it? I should get it tidied up. Her husband clears his throat. That's all right. I had it sorted. I have been told it is comfortable. Oh. Nobody is laughing. No sound is coming from their mouths, and yet someone is laughing at her. Someone is mocking her. How did Farami get here when there was no vehicle movement? Did she materialize from one of the many social media platforms she frequents? Was she why Ade didn't vote? Farami walks toward her. Nice eyeliner, by the way. Then she is gone. She hears her slippers slap against their wooden steps. Ade also walks by her and enters his study. She unzips the pink dress. She has to raise her hand and bend her elbow to get to the zipper. She steps out of the dress and leaves it on the living room floor before heading to the guest toilet. Instagram should have informed her that dresses were no longer the thing. The three of them sit at the table. Farami is tapping away at her phone and Mrs. Ajane Coco catches several of her husband's furtive glances at their guest. Farami is oblivious to the shy looks and the occasional smile that skates across his face. She changed for dinner. Now she's wearing a pinafore over a long white shirt with frills. On her feet are black boots. She looks like an overgrown schoolgirl, the type you wanted to be friends with in school but who completely ignored you. Mrs. Ajane Coco also changed. The pink dress is of no use to her anymore. She can see that Farami has left that era behind. Now she's wearing long black trousers and an oversized blue skirt. She knows she looks ridiculous. When Ade saw her, he asked, "Why did you change?" "It was hot outside. I needed a shower, a change of..." She didn't complete the sentence because Farami walked in and dragged her husband's attention. "Nawa, the water went cold on me." "Pele, my wife always uses too much of it. Forgive us." Farami waves away his apology with a flick of her wrist. What's for dinner? And here they are, having dinner, even though it is rare for Ade to sit at the dining table. He prefers to eat in his study. Farami puts her phone down as the cook walks into the kitchen. They smile at each other. Farami refers to the older woman by name. They know each other from the time before. Ade clears his throat and the cook excuses herself. Mrs. Ajale Coco kicks about the dodo on her plate. I have to ask you a question, Ade says. In your book, when your hero realizes that he has destroyed the thing he claimed to love, why does he continue to express humor? And is this representative of how Nigerians behave toward their government and country? Ooh, deep. Farami winks at Mrs. Ajale Coco, inviting her to tease Ade about his earnestness, but she looks away. She is his wife, and it is her duty to raise him up, not tear him down. Ade laughs. Okay, I get it. We can talk about these things later. The dining table isn't the place for conversations like this, and we don't want to bore my wife. I voted for Atiku, Mrs. Ajale Coco blurts out. Nobody says anything. Her lie echoes in the silence. She looks at the blue mark on her thumb that was put there to indicate she had voted, to prevent her from coming back to cast another vote. She scrubbed at it in the shower, but it would not go away. Perhaps now that she has lied, it will turn vomit yellow or ghoulish green. Farami sighs. Now, why would you do a thing like that? All right, everybody. So that's an extract from The Last Tattoo, Part 2. Thank you again for joining me. Stay safe. I wish you all the best. Bye.